Hello and welcome to Nuts and Bolts. Fantastic to have you here. We've got a great session on today. Today is all about the 4 key steps to remember when you're moving into a leadership position. So this can really set you up for success. If you're just about to move into a leadership position, if you're just wanting to go for that role, it's going to be things that you can do to ensure that you're successful in that role. So hopefully it'll help you. So let's start. Okay. So the first thing that I want you to think about doing is earn your right to lead. So what do I mean by that? So if you have a desire, a career aspiration to be in a leadership role, whatever that may be, then you can start preparing yourself early. So if you're on the cusp of going, yes, I'm going to go for that role or that role, then this is your opportunity to earn your right to lead. And that means that perhaps in your current role, you can say, hey, can I have some projects or tasks that I can do with a small group of people so I can practice my leadership skills, practice my art of delegation, practice having courageous conversations, practice, leading different personalities, practice how to motivate people. So all these things will allow you to practice those things that is so important to leadership. And that people forget about until they move into a leadership position and they go, oh, wow, I didn't know I'm going to have to deal with so many, different personalities or, whatever it may be. Now, if you don't have this opportunity at work to practice, then what can you do in your personal life? Is there a sports team that you can lead? Is there, something, in your local community? Can you direct a play? Things like that. That will give you that insights of the different quirks that come with leadership, because believe you me, there's lots of them. And you're going to need to have as much practice as you possibly can, because what you'll do is you move into a leadership position, if you haven't had that exposure, it's going to come quite as a shock. So really, really important, if you get the opportunity to earn your right to lead by practicing prior to getting into that role. That's a really good one. Now, the title of leader, so whether you become team leader, frontline manager, whatever it may be, does not instantly get you respect. The way you lead your people will get you the respect. So don't think the title is going to have any difference to that. Okay, so that's why I'm saying practice, practice, practice. And then when you get in there, you'll have a bit of insight and exposure to it, and it won't come as such of a shock. Leadership is a really tough job that really requires tough interpersonal skills, and the higher you go up, the progressively difficult it becomes. So you need to have those interpersonal skills to be able to cater for all the different circumstances that's going to arise while you're in that leadership role. So that's why I say really, really important to have that practice if you've got the opportunity to do so. Right, the second one is, the second thing that I want you to think about as a key step. It's when you move into that role, when you're the leader for the first time, remember that you don't need to have all the answers, okay? It's okay not to have the answers. And it's even better to rely on your team and get insights from them. So if you're into a situation where you don't know what to do, I would say, hey, in the team meeting, I'd say, hey guys, listen, I've got this task ABC. Would really love your insights on, have we done something similar to this in the past? What's worked? What hasn't worked? What are your thoughts? Would really love to hear what you've got to say. It's okay to do that. It's okay to get that advice and, conversation happening with your team. The thing you remember is, it's your decision ultimately, but the team's been heard and you've got, their insights and experience and skills and all that sort of stuff. And that's really, really important. So remember, you don't need to have all the answers. Okay, number 3, the third key step I want you to think about is when you're making decisions, don't make decisions that you can't openly defend. So you might make a decision that might be unpopular, whether it's unpopular with your team or unpopular with your management, whatever. But if you feel this is the right decision to make, because you're looking at long-term goals as well as short-term, you're looking at your people and protecting them, you're doing it for all the right reasons, then go with it. but don't make decisions that you can't openly defend. Okay, so don't make decisions based on someone else. Oh, I'll do that. All right, we'll do it that way. And then someone says, why'd you do that? I don't know. Johnny said. Okay, so just realize that it's a foundational principle that you need to follow being a leader. Everyone's going to have their opinion. You need to think about what's good for short term, what's good for the long term, and what's good for your team and you. And let's go for it. And remembering the organisational vision and all that sort of stuff. So don't make a decision that you can't openly defend. And I guess the last key point is what I want you to think about is previous leaders that you've had. What have been some really crap leaders that you've had? What have been some great leaders that you've had? So I want you to think about, what do you take away from that? When I was in the military for over 20 years, it was mind-blowing to me that people would have a really crap leader, and then when they got into a leadership position, they would become that same crap leader. It's almost like, oh, well, I'm here now, so I can talk, really nasty to people, and I can do this, and I can micromanage because I'm here now. I know I didn't like it to me, but hey, maybe this is my right now. Well, no, it's not. This is an opportunity for you to go, hey, all those crap leaders out there, thanks very much because you taught me what not to do. And all those great leaders out there, well, thank you because you taught me this is how I want to be known as a leader, empowering, acknowledging, serving, being a humble leader, all those sorts of things. So what worked? What didn't work? What are you going to take away from it? And then instill that. It's not going to become an unconscious competence at first. You're going to have to work at it. It's going to take practice, all those sorts of things, but you will get there. Just keep reflecting on that. What works? What doesn't work? What made me feel good about being part of the team? What made me feel crap about being part of the team? And now you're the leader. How are you going to instill all those great bits? So hopefully that has helped. Okay, let's go through them really, really quickly. Earn the right to lead. Try and get some practice if you can before you get into that leadership position. Remember, that leadership title does not instantly bring respect. The way you become that leader will give you the respect that you need to lead your team. Number 2, you don't always need to have the answer, remember? So don't think that you need to have answer for everything. You don't. Number 3, don't make decisions that you can't openly defend, okay? So making sure you make the decisions for the right reasons and the ones that are good for you. You've got good instincts, so use it. And then number 4, another key thing to remember is take a look at past leaders that you've had. What are the great things, what aren't, and go with that, okay? Why not? They set the great examples, so let's copy those. Let's not reinvent the wheel. So I hope those helped. Now remember, if you've got any burning platforms, issues, concerns, worries, whatever, why don't you contact us here at ask@teamleadertoolkit.com. We'll put a video together for you and we'll hopefully give you some solutions and help you work out how you need to go with whatever that problem is. Okay, so that's it from us. So bye for now, but fantastic to see you, and hopefully we'll see you next Thursday. Cheers.